Hello and welcome to a Windows Wednesday on the Practical IT channel. If you've been a viewer for any length of time, you know that I like to tinker with things. And so Windows 11 is no exception from my rule of tinkering. And so as you can see here on the screen, I somehow managed to mess up the Windows terminal to the point that I no longer have the Windows framing around it. And the trick to resolve this was to go in and delete the settings JSON file. And I've got the window back mostly to normal, with the exception of not having a menu option for Ubuntu, which I had previously installed. And if we enter bash here, it does in fact bring us to the Ubuntu prompt. So if I do cat etc lsb release, it does in fact tell me that we are running Ubuntu. But I would like to restore this so that I have the option in the little menu here to bring back an Ubuntu tab if I should desire to. So let's play around with this a little bit and see what we can do with it. So we're going to go into settings. The little hamburger menu is just going to collapse the side menu here, which is fine. So we are going to look at startup, default profile. We only have PowerShell or command prompt. So let's continue down the list. I suspect we'll have to add a profile. Ubuntu, if we say duplicate, because there was an Ubuntu here before. If we look at this, WSL.exe-d Ubuntu, that should be fine. Ubuntu, go to appearance, and let's change this to Tango Dark, and we'll bump the font size up a couple notches. Cursor size, or shape rather, will be bar. That's fine. No background image. Okay, so let's save this. And then see, we've got Ubuntu back. Okay, so we're going to install NeoFetch. And once this is installed, it should and does bring us up with the normal information from NeoFetch. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show off in today's video is that we've also got the ability with Windows 11 having the graphical capabilities for Windows subsystem for Linux. We can launch graphical Linux applications. And I previously installed gedit, and we'll see if that comes up. So this is gedit, and we can bring up previously edited text files. There's one that was created in gedit and one that was created in a Windows 10 application, or excuse me, Windows 11 application. If you wanted to install a graphical Linux application, you would do that just like you would do any other Linux app installation from the command line. So let's say we want to install DarkTable, for instance, which is a photo editing application similar to, say, Adobe Lightroom. Install DarkTable -y, and it should pull that down. There were no error messages, so that's a good sign. And if we launch DarkTable, and look at that, we have the Linux version of DarkTable, in fact, running on a Windows machine. Took a little bit longer to open, but what's interesting, let's jump back to the Windows side here. And I've got Chocolatey installed on here. Let's see, LO for local. So we could install the Windows version of DarkTable by saying Choco install DarkTable, and it should pull down the Windows version of DarkTable. And so this is installing the 64-bit version of DarkTable. Here we go. Open the start menu, DarkTable, we'll right click that and pin to start. So here's the Windows version of DarkTable. The Linux version of DarkTable, as you might be able to see down here, has a penguin on it. And you can also tell the difference because the window gadgets are a little bit different than you would expect. But there are, in fact, two versions, two instances of DarkTable running on this machine. We can find out, at least on the Windows side of things, we installed version 3.6.1. As you can see down here at the bottom, now we've got the Linux version to quit. And you would do that using CTRL+C if it hangs like that and you launched it from the command line. Now, the other option, if you're not that familiar with Linux, if you say DarkTable and you do a space and an ampersand, come back here, you can see that we got control of the terminal again, and that our application is in fact running here. Now this is normal behavior on the Linux platform. These are still early days for running Linux apps on Windows. So one thing I want to point out is that when you're using Linux applications on Windows. If you look on the left side here, the home folder location is your home folder on the Windows subsystem for Linux side. If you go to your user folder, this is the file structure on the Windows side of things. So as you can see here, I've got downloads and documents and pictures. And we can open this, which should be a screenshot. And then we can manipulate it like you would any other photo. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. It did go ahead and it removed the icon from the taskbar, which is good. We don't need the snipping tool anymore. And so that is really what I wanted to show today. I will include the link in the description that will take you to the article on resetting your Windows terminal if something should happen and you get that frameless terminal window, which I thought was odd, but hey, it's only been not quite a month for Windows 11 being out, so I guess anything's possible. So on that note, that will bring us to the end of the first Windows Wednesday of November 2021. I hope you got something out of this, and I look forward to bringing you more videos. Thank you once again for watching. Feel free to leave comments down below, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.